What's up? Now, I don't know if anyone's here right now, and the reason for that is because I actually have the chat closed, so I don't get distracted because I got a lot I want to talk about, but I'm gonna try to keep it as concise as possible. I've also disabled alerts, the chat box on screen, so I can't read that chat box. Excuse me, my fucking voice is cracking. I've disabled blurp, all the blurp sound effects because I'm just trying to keep it, um, I just want to be as distraction free as possible. So bear with me. And no, you're not just gonna look at that screen the whole time. I'm actually gonna talk. It's me. Hi, what's up? Now, I feel like I should explain a couple things, right? Where the fuck have I been for the last couple days, few days or so? Especially today, I didn't really stream except I'm streaming now. Um, I I'll just keep it straight up, and I don't want to be dramatic or anything. And this stream feels like it's kind of trying to be dramatic, which I'm not. Um, but I haven't really been doing all that well, to be honest. This is kind of the first time I'm talking about it. And I know it's kind of a weird place to do it, especially on my live stream. But you guys are like very big part of why I do everything, and I feel like I should let you guys in on what's going on. I care about you guys a lot, and so I'm just kind of trying to talk about it. Now, right now, I'm just going to point it out. I'm very shaky because I'm just really nervous. I'm not really emotional. I do have emotions that I'm feeling, but I'm just really shaky. I'm just very nervous, and I'll get into kind of why. But for now, I haven't been doing so well. To be honest, I've been kind of just hanging out in my room here. Literally, I would go here to where I am, and I would like watch videos or something, or I would lay down and watch videos. I really wasn't doing much. But more than that, I've been kind of just thinking a lot about a lot of things that have happened in the past couple months, even past few weeks. And I don't really know how to explain it, but I feel like the one thing that I should really get out the way first is that I haven't really been exactly honest with you guys about myself as I have wanted to have been. And what I mean by that is I feel like who I am online doesn't reflect who I actually am. And now you might think, oh yeah, because some people got to keep their private life private, and I try to do that as much as possible, but lately that's kind of been bleeding into streaming and whatnot for me, right? Um, as you guys know, I've gotten a job, which is great. But the first thing, this is the easiest thing to kind of get out of the way, is that with a job, right, I won't be able to stream as much, right? And now I know I've said that I would kind of try to schedule it. Like, that's why I've even pushed the schedule so much forward as I have because of, the impending work environment. Like, I'm going to be there for 10 hours a day 5 days a week. So I'll have Saturday and Sunday, and God forbid I stream on a Sunday, right? Which might happen. I know it's forsaken, but it might happen. But essentially, right? I've been pushing it forward so much because I thought that would, work with the schedule. Now, I'm beginning to kind of realize that, well, I've kind of jumped the gun a little bit in doing that. I've kind of gotten to make myself believe that, oh yeah, it'll fit in perfectly and it'll be fine, which it probably won't because, damn, ran out of oxygen for a sec. Mainly because, first of all, 10 hours a day, I'm going to be doing a labor job, so I'll be labor intensive, doing things, planting trees, placing sod, which I don't even know what the fuck sod was until a few days ago. It's grass that's rolled up, by the way. You unroll it, and yeah, it. Besides the point, I'll be doing physically tasking things, right? I'll have to be doing these hard working jobs. I'll have to just be kind of working my ass off, right? And so I assume that I'll be able to go back home and just, it'll be fine. I'll be able to stream for a couple hours, 3 hours, as usual. And then after, have a shower and go to bed. But I probably won't even be able to really stream because I'll probably be exhausted, especially after the third or fourth day of the week. god damn, it'll probably be really tough. So um I don't know. I don't know how that'll work. Now that's kind of with that sort of thing. That's with like the streaming schedule and everything. I'm just gonna tell you guys right now, if anyone's here, I can't tell right now if anyone's here, but if anyone is here, I'm gonna tell you right now that I probably won't be streaming every day anymore, right? And to be fair, I did take a long month off, so that kind of is already off the table. Kind of can't go up, you know, say, oh yeah, I stream every day. I had a whole month that I didn't stream, but that was, that was something else. But I'm gonna get into that because that plays a part in kind of how I'm feeling right now. Another thing is, yeah, just kind of the whole job, uh, trying to like word it really quick, and do bear with me because wording this is kind of hard. I found that another thing that you might not know about me when it comes to explaining things or whatever, like I can be passionate, like whether it's a stupid Binding of Isaac reference or something. Like I can be kind of concise with how I word things, but when it comes to explaining how I'm feeling, I struggle really bad with that. So do bear with me if I am, stuttering, freezing. I'm not freezing up, and I'm not just trying to be awkward or anything. It's just, it's tough right now. But essentially, I've been just thinking about the job stuff in general and how I probably won't be able to stream every day. Now, I think going forward, right, and I think it would be best for me, I probably will only be streaming really when I feel like that. And who knows when that'll be. Now, I had to say it, tomorrow is Jackbox Friday. I probably won't be live tomorrow because I'm going to just be kind of taking in how I'm doing. Because I feel like this, talking like this is definitely going to help me a lot more. And, I think it's important to be able to get this sort of stuff out, because I don't want to be someone that is kind of just always like just forcing myself to stream, just just exhausted the whole time, because who wants to really watch that? Who wants to hang out with that? It's like I don't want that to be who you guys interact with. I want you to interact with the 100% me, who I actually am, right? And lately, I feel like I haven't even been half of myself, if even a quarter. Don't really know how to explain it, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of streaming lately has been forced. It hasn't been out of comfort. That's another big thing, is why I've felt how I have for the past who knows how long. I haven't been comfortable with streaming. My voice is cracking so much. God damn. Yeah, I haven't been comfortable with streaming as much as I would like to be. Right now, that mainly is because of the environment I'm in right now. We've got a lot going on here that I mentioned here and there, but not to the great detail that And I don't know if I should. I probably shouldn't. I probably won't. But as you guys know, I've been busy, especially when I came back. I was busy to streaming because we were doing stuff with our basement renovation, with just kind of like the job stuff. I've been kind of trying to hype myself up for, and I am very excited for that. I think it's a big step for me as well, getting to be able to work a job. I am looking forward to that. But for the most part, I think I've just been kind of trying to feel comfortable with how everything's going. It's come to my attention from the people in my household, right, that I got to get my shit together. Basically, essentially, that's what they're saying. Now, as anyone would probably react, right? Like, especially if your hand is forced in a certain situation where no matter what, you have to put passion things aside. You have to, put in effort to get, especially money, right? You have to put things that you like to do, like play games. For me, I'm gonna have to put that aside, and I'm gonna start, working. and making some money and whatnot. And that's a big thing uh, to me, is that, I won't be able to do the things that I like, even like making beats and stuff. Like I'm gonna have to just, take a break from that. Um, but I guess just the general environment, the general people around me, right? They've definitely forced my hand into, putting this stuff aside. Um, but the way that I guess it was worded to me was definitely on the harsher side, right? It was more like a reality check, and I hadn't been seeing that. It was like reality check, reality check, reality check, and then now is like the big one. And essentially, I was essentially, I got to the point where I felt really bad about myself and the actions that I've taken over the years. And honestly, the whole reason why like I had to get a job and everything so soon, or the reason why I didn't have one, I guess I should say, it was all my fault. There's no one to blame. I can't go around saying, oh, it was this, it was that, it was my past, it was that. No, like me not getting a job until this point and providing, for my mom and the house, paying for the stuff like that, like things that I should be paying for. Um, I haven't, and I wasn't, and a lot of guilt has built up over the past years, basically. And I think a lot of that guilt has gotten to a point now where I feel not good about myself. Essentially, like I feel like I'm too far gone, and I've kind of dug myself this hole that I can't really get out of. Um, and I know it shouldn't really feel like that. I know I shouldn't feel like that necessarily, but um, that's kind of just what I've been led to think about for the past, a little bit, because that's just my mental kind of self-destructing in a way. Um, but I guess another thing, um, little things here and there as well that make me kind of feel that guilt even more, like almost as if I'm taking advantage of what I've got, which is like, I'm definitely very grateful. I'm not saying I'm in a situation where I'm like super like we're not in poverty or anything, you know what I mean? Like we're not like we haven't gotten to that point, and I don't think we will, and I'm very lucky to say that. But we got to the point where, bills and stuff are hard to pay, especially like grocery costs. Oh my god, if you are from Canada and you go to the grocery store, you could pick up 6 items and that'll be $80. It's ridiculous right now. But that's besides the point. That's just kind of paint you the picture of kind of how it is now. Like over time, especially where I live, it's been harder to kind of maintain living. Sorry about the bus that went by. I don't know if you saw it, but um, it's been harder to maintain living. Definitely costs have gone up, and so that's another reason why I have to provide. But for as long as I have, for as long as those costs have kind of been rising, I haven't really been doing much, besides streaming. Now you might think, well, streaming is something that you can make money from, and I have made some money from it, but it's not a living whatsoever. And I've mentioned this the last time I streamed before the whole break, that streaming does not make money, right? But it also isn't the best use of my time. And I'm not trying to say like um, I regret doing any of this. I regret streaming. I don't regret any of that, right? Especially the past few years. This is just a personal feeling that I've kind of grown to have, and it's all this guilty sort of feeling. I felt guilty just from doing very little things, like sometimes I'll be eating food nowadays and I feel like, oh shoot, like I didn't really pay for any of these groceries. I don't feel like I'm in a position where I should be able to eat all this stuff. You know what I mean? And that's bad. That's bad. I don't think I should be thinking like that, but that's kind of where I am at right now. That's why I'm talking about it with you guys. Um, what else? How else can I? I'm trying to like word it, of course. Um, yeah, I don't know. I guess to kind of like go on a tangent. Um, Another thing that I've kind of, um, I haven't stayed true to you guys about is, how I am just in general, And now I'm about to say it in a way, and I don't want it to come off as like me trying to like toot my own horn or anything. Um, I think generally that I'm a decent human being, right? I think that I can be a nice guy, and I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm a nice guy. I'm not like those other dudes. No, I'm not trying to say that at all. That's dumb. That's stupid. That's not at all what I want to get off. Um, but I think that for who I am, I think I stay true to myself most of the time. But to you guys, I hope I come off as someone that's nice, someone that, is someone that you can, say like, oh yeah, like this is a nice dude. And if that's the case, then I'm extremely happy to claim that sort of title, right? But I haven't felt like that. And I feel like that I've been kind of putting on a persona for a while about who I really am, and it kind of has been lying to you guys. But um, I feel like a lot of kind of kind of why I am how I am. Sometimes I think I'm too nice, right? Um, and a lot of people have told me like that I'm too nice, and that's something. I guess the way to word this is that everything should be done in moderation, right? Too much of anything can never be a good thing, right? And you say, oh well, eat so many vegetables, you'll so healthy. Well, you're losing a lot of other things. You're losing like protein and stuff, right? To kind of put in perspective, that's how I am. I'm too nice, generally too nice. Now that's not like me trying to compliment myself. No, I have been walked on because of it, and I recognize that. And people have told me that I was too nice. There was times back in 2020, 2021 where there was a situation that happened with someone that I knew. I let them stay with me. Me and my mom let them stay with me actually, and they lived with us for a while. But it got to the point where like they were doing a lot of shady things behind our back, and once we realized it, we kind of let it. We didn't let it happen, but we didn't do as much because uh I don't know. It At least I didn't do as much because I didn't want to come off as mean or as, like a dickhead or anything. But when you get walked over like how I did, right? Um you should never just let that happen, right? You're allowed to be angry. You're allowed to tell people off sometimes. Obviously, don't do it too much, but you're allowed to tell people how you feel truly, because if you just have this sort of, like I said, persona, it's like I have a mask almost, right? um I'm kind of just letting people get away with things because I don't want to make them feel any worse or anything. But sometimes you just got to kind of tell people how it is straight up, you know? And I don't do that. And I haven't done that for really ever. Which is in of itself not a good thing, not a great thing. So that's one thing for me, is that I think that I can be too nice and I let things slide too often. And that's shown on my stream, especially. Like I've shown that I can be too nice. I let certain things slide. And a lot of people have brought that to my attention. And obviously I want to be better, but it is hard for sure. Um, Now another thing, I don't really know. Just like trying to think of how to word it. What else I want to get out. Um, I'm not trying to like mean for this to be a full on stream. Like I'm probably not going to be streaming for too much longer now, but I just wanted to like talk about kind of what's going on. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I've just kind of felt really bad about myself. Like, and I'll keep it straight up. I just haven't felt good. Um, Been a lot of self destruction, right? Um, Past couple days, and it's not okay. And I think streaming, right, as much as I want to say it helps, it's better if I just kind of let it. I need to let myself breathe and not try to force myself to stream, because when I do, like I said earlier, I'm not going to be who I want to be to you guys, because I want you guys to see the best of me, and I want to be the best that I can be, but I haven't lately. And I don't know if you guys could see it or not, but I haven't been the person who who I want to be. I had a good run. Like, I call it a run as if I'm playing like a game, but um, I feel like before 2024, I was doing things that were like getting me out more. Like, I was going to the gym, which that's a really great thing, by the way. If you ever feel like down, going to the gym helps. I'm not saying it's a cure, but it definitely does help. It feels good to move, to get, physically active, to sweat a little bit. It just, you'll feel better. And it definitely does help. Um, and I think last year that, when I had I feel like how I have like ups and downs. And I think a lot of people do, right? I think a lot of people have ups and downs. And I think last year it was a lot of up. Um, but I had some downs. But going to the gym definitely kept me at a very, nice place mentally, right? It helped me get to a spot where I was proud of myself. I was happy. Um, and I was motivated to stream, right? Because I could work out, take some time to just rest, and then I could stream right after, and I felt good. I felt really good, and those were probably some of the best streams. I'll be honest; they were some of the best moments I've had. It was a lot of fun. Not to say that the past streams haven't been fun, but the whole reason why I'm doing this stream, explaining things, is because staying true to you guys, I have not been who I wanted to be. And I think this year for me, especially, right, it's been a lot of downs, and there's been a few ups here and there, like landing the job, which was a big thing. But lately, I've been, like I mentioned, feeling really guilty about certain things in my life, not doing things earlier, not doing like things that I should be doing, not going out with people, and you know doing things that would actually benefit me. Like, I one thing I want to mention as well is that I don't want to blame it on anxiety or anything. I don't want to blame this on anything, because truthfully, I am where I am because of me, right? And I am who I am because of the people that I've met, that I've exposed myself to and whatnot. But um, I definitely think that maybe I have anxiety, and I don't want to blame it on that. But whenever it comes to getting myself to do things like um, getting my driver's license, which it feels embarrassing to say, but I don't think it's crazy to get it at my age. I think there's a lot of people that do. Um, just trying to give myself the benefit of the doubt, but like getting my driver's license, right? Like I've gotten my learners, but I haven't got my driver's license because I am absolutely terrified. Like, whenever I think about driving in a car, I am absolutely terrified to do so. Which is silly, because I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing unless I am an unsafe driver, which I don't think I would be. But when I think about it, I immediately start getting really, really nervous and really scared. And I start thinking about like the negatives of it, um, which isn't great. That's not really fine, because I think driving, and people have painted it out to me a lot, driving is fun, and it can be fun, and it's rewarding, and you get to just kind of explore a new world with driving, you know. Whereas for me right now, like, I can walk within a good amount of the place, but like driving would allow me to go all over the place. I could drive to the airport, and I could go to Japan if I wanted to, right? If I had the money. But let's just say, just being in, hypothetical, like, I could drive to an airport and go to somewhere, and then when I go to that somewhere, I could drive there. That's kind of what driving would allow me to do. But I don't let myself see that, and I don't know why. It's kind of like I've put up this invisible wall for myself that has led me to kind of prevent myself from doing those sort of things, even though they're little things. They're like steps, to getting to where you want in life. I've been blocking myself for very long, especially driving. That's the example that I was using. Like, I haven't really let myself get out more and do things and kind of enjoy life for what it is, right? And that's something that I'm trying to work on as well. But it's very hard, especially with the walls that I put up that are borderline invisible. I don't really know how to get over them. But I think, trying to just, I think right now it's best if I just kind of let myself, do things like in real life as opposed to, constantly streaming or whatnot. I think it's important that I um, take time to think about stuff myself and not force myself into anything that like might take away from that. I think it's important for me to um, it's important for me to just experience things in life. I guess I don't know. Um, what else? I don't really know. Trying to think because there was a lot like I had a shower before this, right? This is a bit off topic, but I had a shower before this, but I had a lot of stuff that I was like thinking of talking about. You guys ever get like the shower thoughts, right? You kind of start like thinking about a lot, or like what I do is I'll think about the next hour of what I'm about to do, right? Like whether it's streaming, like I think about like, oh, what game I'm gonna play, what's gonna happen. Like I start like thinking of those scenarios, and I think that's a normal thing, and it's not really like a negative thing. But today I was thinking about a lot of things I wanted to say, and I don't wanna leave now, um, having not said something that I think I should. Um, oh yeah, I got one more thing I think that's important. Um, so just kind of paint the picture a long time ago, right? And this is gonna be weird at first. It's gonna be weird. I'm not about to say I'm not trying to be vulnerable or anything like I usually say, but um, definitely like there was a time where I don't explain. I'll just kind of paint the picture. I don't know if it'll make sense, but it's something that I wanted to mention. Um, but a long time ago, right? And I've told these stories many times. Like when I would play games, man, I was a psychopath. Okay, I went through a lot of controllers. I went through a whole gaming mouse just because I would get mad at games. All right, now over time, I've obviously grown out of that because I've realized, oh, doing things like smashing controllers that costs money. That's dumb. Don't do that, right? And I haven't done that, which is good. That's a good thing. However, what I found after kind of thinking for the last few days, right, is that when it comes to dealing with those emotions, right, especially anger, right, or being annoyed, right, there's a lot of times, and you might have even noticed on stream where sometimes someone here or there, and I'm not trying to point anyone out, and please don't point anyone out, right? But sometimes here and there, people have said things or have done things that have been annoying, right? And I've made it clear that's been annoying. But what I haven't really made clear, and which I think I should, right, is that ever since I was a kid, right, I've been very mad, but I used to like kind of let that out. You know what I mean? Like I was able to get that anger out. But lately, right, the past few years, like past while, honestly, 5, 6, 7 years, I don't know, but I haven't been able to get that sort of those emotions out because I suppress them. Because again, right, like I was mentioning earlier, like I can be too nice, and so I don't want to get mad at anyone, right? And I don't think it's a bad thing, but I think there's a lot of times where I've been frustrated to the point where I've wanted to yell. Like I'll get like sometimes, right? And I know it's gonna sound like you guys I don't know if you guys remember the meme with the dog with the mask over his face. Like the dog, it's like the pit bull and he's got the daredevil mask, whatever. I'm not trying to like look like that or trying to be like that meme or anything, but there have been a lot of times where I got so annoyed or so mad with someone like saying something in chat or like doing something to me, like even in my personal life, like just people doing things or saying things. There's been times where I've gotten so mad that I held that in, but later I felt so bad, and I felt so like oh, like I wanted to do like I might have some sort of anger problem. Not trying to blame it on that, but genuinely, there's been times where I've almost had an outburst, but I've held back, which I think is a good thing. But that's another thing about me that I feel like you might not have known about me, is that when it comes to that sort of thing, right? And this is like a personal thing that I'm letting out, like I don't normally want to get mad, but I there have been times where I've almost let that out, but I haven't, which thankfully, because I feel like if I did, I would have said a lot of things that I didn't mean. And yeah, that's that's just another thing that I wanted to mention. Um Now I guess to kind of wrap things up, um because I've already been here for about 30 minutes. 30 wait, I can actually check. 32 minutes. So I've been here for over half an hour, and I don't plan on being here any longer. But to kind of wrap things up, if anyone has joined up late or whatnot, I haven't been doing the best. I've been rotting away, laying down in my bed, just kind of like thinking a lot. I haven't been doing very well. I've been doing a lot of like self reflection and whatnot, and it not all of it has been positive. I've been telling myself a lot of really bad things, and I've been painting myself as someone who, you know, sometimes I don't think I deserve a lot of what I have, right? And that's a really bad thing to think about. But that's how I felt for the past uh, while, honestly, for the past 4 or 5 months or so. Um, I felt really guilty about using my time to stream over um, job hunting, over helping around the house. And that's another thing that I should mention now, but um, I did kind of briefly say it, but like the people in my environment, right, in my house, right, um, specifically one of them definitely like I did do a lot of work in our basement, right? I did things like clean out a lot of the gravel because they were jackhammering to look for the pipes. Because if you didn't know, we're doing a basement renovation. I've mentioned a lot of times, but we're doing a basement renovation, and they did a lot of jackhammering and stuff. And I scooped and lifted a lot of the concrete out from the basement, and we threw it into a bin, and it was like back and forth, heavy concrete, buckets of concrete, doing that for hours, right? I did some demolition, which was actually kind of fun, but very tough as well. Like I demoed like our actually my old room. If you guys remember the old room, we I was the one that demoed like a decent amount of it, right? There was a big wall that was missing, but like the inner walls were still up, and I demoed all of those, right? And that was a lot of work too, and not only demoing it but throwing out all the scrap drywall and everything. That was very tough, right? But where I was going with this was a lot of work. I was even taking up heavy boxes out of the basement so that it would make it easier for the people that were working on the basement to do their job because there was less stuff in the way. I took a lot of this stuff out of the basement, the gravel, the drywall, all this stuff, right? But what really like kind of annoyed me, and again, back to like the anger stuff, it made me really angry, but I didn't let that out, was a lot of that had just been disregarded, and I was painted out to be like lazy and whatnot, and that's unfair, to be honest. Because I did do some hard work, and I know it's not nearly as much as what they were doing, but to say that I wasn't doing anything at all, that's some bull. That's some dog shit. I'll be honest. And so that hasn't been fair. That's also kind of led me to feel worse as well. Um, making me think that no matter what I do, it just isn't enough. And that's tough as well. Feeling like you're not enough for anything in any circumstance. Feeling like you're not enough is horrible, and that's how I'd felt. Um, so yeah, I don't know. Past few days there haven't been streams, and I do apologize for that. There probably won't be a stream tomorrow, so no Jackbox Friday. Don't get any hopes up. There probably won't be Jackbox Friday tomorrow. I'm going to take some more time to kind of think about what's going on. Kind of try to do more self-reflection. But this, I'll be honest, right? And I don't know if anyone is even here, if anyone wants to listen to me yap, but I've done a lot of like self-reflection, and it wasn't great. But after talking about it, after getting how I feel out and into actual words, painting it into an actual picture, it does make me feel a lot better. So if anyone is here and you're listening, right, and you know what's going on now, I do appreciate you for coming out here. Again, I don't have the chat open. I don't have it open here. I don't have it on screen. I don't have it anywhere because I want it to remain distraction free. I don't even have the sub icon normally. I just want it to be between me and you, basically. That's how I want it to be. So yeah, in conclusion, I'm doing a verbal conclusion paragraph. I'm cooked. In conclusion, I haven't been doing so well. I've been thinking a lot about the future of streams, my own personal future, you know, and what needs to be done and what steps I need to take to be kind of like, I don't know, successful and to feel comfortable. Because lately, again, I haven't felt comfortable with streaming, and I haven't been 100%. I've been 50%, 40%, 30% some days. Like, I haven't been myself. And being honest with you definitely helps me feel a little bit better. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say, but obviously we got to finish it off with. I hope you guys are drinking water and taking care of yourselves, and I hope you guys keep on drinking water and taking care of yourselves. I do the same. I got water here too, my mouth is dry. Hold on. You know what? You know what? Really quick, take a quick swig. What the fuck? I'm not smoking no blunts. Quick swig of the water, right before I go, and we'll wrap it up basically. That's that good shit right there. That's for all you guys that wanted to redeem the drink water. If you did, that was a good gulp for you guys. But yeah, I'm done my yap sesh. I don't know when the next stream will be, but I do want to say that I won't quit, right? And I definitely, like, however long it'll take, right? I don't think I'll ever quit, right? And the past month has proved to me that, you know, a lot of you guys are very loyal, and I am super happy about that. So I don't know. Streams probably will be unscheduled. It'll probably be all over the place. I really don't know. But yeah, that's kind of all I had to say. It was a lot to take in, and I do apologize for this kind of stream being the stream that you get today. But yeah, I don't know. Anyways, again, I hope you guys drink water and take very good care of yourselves. I will be back eventually.